And it truly is the small things that make the difference in this 2024 Alliance Delta 294RK, brand new, gorgeous floor plan. And things like this are loaded all throughout the entire RV. I mean, this just makes so much sense, having a tilt-out trash can. And the thing I love about the Delta line of travel trailers in general is that all of them have a spot for your trash can. Take a look, another big example, take a look at this countertop. Now, not only is this going to be a pressed or thermal foil countertop, which is great because it's lighter weight than like a solid surface, but still lets you undermount a sink, but look what they did. They eliminated the dinette in this floor plan and gave you bar seating. And now, I don't know about you folks watching, but personally, myself and my family, we eat at the bar probably 85-90% of the time in our house. And that's probably what I would do. That's what I'd prefer to do in an RV as well. And by eliminating this dinette right here, we get amazing seating. So with the elimination of the dinette, you have the bar. Now you have a sofa right over here. This pulls out, so if you want to have guests, you have a spot for them to sleep. And you get theater seating. Both of these pull out on either side. You have this large sofa here, and it's right across from the TV. It is exactly where you want it. So again, those small things, those design features. Another big one. So you have the huge TV here, love that. Big storage. Take a look. I mean, it's not super deep, but look at the height in here. So one of the things they did is they eliminated the sound bar that everyone else is using to give you a little more storage, a bigger a fireplace down below, and in its place, they give you this Bluetooth speaker right up top. And this actually does connect to the TV as well. I did verify that not only is it for phone, but for more importantly the TV, so you do still get that awesome sound quality. So again, some of these smaller things that they are doing, it just make a huge impact. One of my favorite, if you're a tall person, how many times have you been out there in an RV and you're like, I can't stand in here, I'm hitting everything. You have 81 inches of ceiling height, but notice that it is not a crowned or barreled ceiling. It is flat all the way across. So I have 81 inches here, and I have 81 inches here. What that means for you is that you get 3 more inches of slide height. So you aren't as likely to hit your head on the top of the slide. You're also getting 3 more inches of slide depth. So you're getting bigger slides than most competitors out there that have a barreled ceiling. And that's just a big win. Same thing with the cabinets. They're able to get bigger, deeper cabinets in here because of that ceiling height. More storage inside is always a great thing. Something I thought was very unique, these are plexiglass. And I think that's genius, right? It's easier to keep clean, less chance of it breaking. It's tinted so you can't see in there, which, you know, at half the time it's a mess I don't want people to see. I love the idea of putting plexiglass in there. Has a great look. Huge storage all the way around in the kitchen, just like you'd expect. Plenty of windows letting in a lot of light here as well, all the way on that campsite. Love that. Again, pot and pans drawer. You can see that right underneath the cooktop. And you have a pantry that opens up a little bit more than most. You can see that LED light strip in there as well. Now, I actually talked to the manufacturers. I'll be very curious to see if they took me up on this. And let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy here, if this is just me. But this does bug me a little bit that my handle hits the slide right here, just because I'm a pretty big guy. And this is a problem, right? It's hard for me to grab things. I need that little bit of extra space. So what I recommended is just doing like a little pull handle in here. So that way you eliminate this, get a little more space. I don't know. I think it would be more helpful. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments. Am I crazy? You know, do you think that would improve it? Again, it's the little things, right? So we'll see if they take that into account. Again, brand new unit here, so there's definitely time to make changes. You have your Furion fridge freezer unit. That love this, 12 volt, plenty of space here. Again, great seating as we mentioned. Huge windows on this side as well, just really helping to open this space up. Another thing that I really love about the Delta travel trailers, you have 2 ACs standard. 2 13.5K BTU ACs. Now, in talking with the manufacturer, and I found this pretty interesting, I've heard this before from some people, but they actually recommend doing direct dump on both of these versus using the ducts. Studies have shown that it actually is more efficient at cooling to do direct dump, so that is what they recommend, but there is ducted in case you want to run the ductwork, but I think that's great that it comes standard with 2. Control panel right up top, nice and easy. Talk to them about this as well. Rather than going to like the one control system, listen, a lot of people out there have used it, not huge fans. Tried and true right here is fantastic. And what you'll actually see when we go outside, they have 3-way switches for slides and awnings. Love that feature. And again, I'll show you why when we get out there. Taking a look at the bathroom, you know what? Actually, Aaron, back up 1 second. I want to show people something, because this is something a lot of people wouldn't notice. If you take a look at the wall, it actually comes out further here. They actually cut this wall back to allow more space in this hallway. And I think that's genius. It gives you a lot of the needed space, but when you come into the bathroom, because this part right here is nice and wide, you don't notice at all. I still have my full medicine cabinet, great countertop space and sink, can still do everything I need to do. And when I take a seat on the toilet here, again, great leg room, excellent shoulder space, no worries whatsoever. Porcelain bowl, darn right, you better believe it. Love that. Shower space too, right? Step in here just to kind of show you it's 6 foot tall. Folks, I have more than enough room thanks to that big skylight. So, again, that 81-inch ceiling height really starting to come in handy there. But when I say it's the small things, it's things like this, of cutting this back, that that shows that they're really paying attention. And that's what's really cool about Alliance in general. Talk to a lot of different manufacturers. Alliance may be one of the true best at listening to customer feedback. And that's why they've seen a lot of the success they have seen in their fifth wheels now moving into the travel trailers. Take, for example, the nightstands. A lot of manufacturers kind of push things forward. You'd have like your CPAP back here, and it just didn't work super well. With this, because everything's back a little bit further, it makes it easier to get in and out of the bed. And they took the epoxy tops that they use in like the Paradigm, their higher end fifth wheels, use them for actual nightstands. Love that. A little bit of hidden storage with the felt, so if you need to put like your jewelry or anything like that in there, you can. Plus, you still have drawer space. USB charging ports, and they're down with technology, so it has USB and USB-C. Thank you very much. Crazy how many manufacturers don't do that, have the USB-C, so big nod to them for that. Again, more storage right over here. You can see the hanging rod there, as well as a couple of drawers, and as I mentioned, the second AC that is standard right here in the bedroom. And the features keep coming. Take a look right outside here. You got the power tongue jack, making setup nice and easy. Right behind that is your propane tank cover. And here's what I like about it. They have these little access ports. You need to turn on your propane, super simple. No longer do you have to take the cover all the way off. That is what I'm talking about. Come around to the side here with me. Look at how big this pass-through storage is. I mean, massive, massive storage in here. They utilize a drop frame to be able to get some of that. You can kind of see the I-beam right here, which is what's giving you all that amazing storage. Really cool feature. Take a look at this. You have a spot for a table. No longer do you have to worry about if there's a picnic table, or if you need a second one, boom, you are good to go. You can slide this bad boy out, set it up, and you're on your way. A couple other things I really, really loved. Let's zoom in right here, Aaron. Let's show the people what they need to see. So a few of them. One of them, take a look at this. You have a switch for an awning outside. And you know what I love about this? The direction actually makes sense. You don't have to think about which way is to retract, which way is to extend, because it actually makes sense. It is the right orientation. Same thing, your second awning right down underneath here, exactly where you'd want it to be, so you can control those from right outside. On the other side, when you go over there, they actually have it for the slide out too, which is fantastic. Electrical outlet like you'd expect. Look at this. Again, talk about listening. You have USB port with USB, USB-C right there. Love, love, love that. Your solar comes with 200 watts of solar, 40 amp controller. It's actually hidden behind that panel. Why have it hang out? And you can hide it. Love that they did that. Spray port, hot and cold. Most spray ports are only going to be cold. This one does have hot water. You have 3 spray ports on here with a mixing valve on the other side. I'll show you a little bit later. Making our way back, you can see it shows our hose storage is actually going to be right down underneath there. So that's where your sewer hose will store. Because there's not a bumper on this one, they want to have a convenient spot for it. Instead of a bumper, they have a hitch. We'll take a look at it when we go back there. Another thing I want to point out, we have a small slide out on this side, but take a look at the awning coverage. I mean, this whole thing is going to be great campsite, especially right here. You don't have any furnaces or vents or anything blowing on you. You get all that awning. Love that. Nice wide door. It is also the tempered glass door with the little cutout right here, so you actually have a window. So if someone is coming to your door, you can see who it is. That is thin shade ready, so if you want to put the thin shade on there so you have some privacy at night, you can have that installed as well. Make our way back a little bit further. TV, love having an outside TV. And again, that awning will come over this slide, so you will have some awning coverage. You don't have to worry about the sun glaring down on it. And if we drop down below, you can see the aluminum axles on there. Love those. You also have the Goodyear tires. I know, nobody wants to have a blowout, so I love having the Goodyear tires. Good carrying capacity on this as well. We can take a look when we go around to the other side. I also want to point out the fact that it's a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly. So, if you are camping in a little bit colder weather, this one can handle it, especially because this one has 12-volt tank pads on there too, and that comes as a standard. So that way you have heated tanks. If you like to cook outside, I don't think you get a better OEM setup than this, right? I don't think I've seen a manufacturer give you a better camp cooking experience than this guy right here. You have the griddle grill combo. I mean, this thing is awesome. Pull out, you can hook it up right there. You don't even have to bring anything else. I love the fact that not only do you have a ton of storage, but they give you something that normally takes up a lot of storage and is dirty and kind of makes a mess of things. Love that. This is an awesome feature too. At first it just looks like a really big ladder, but when I say the small things make a difference, this is it. Look, this is meant to be a towel rack. So when they checked, your average towel bar size is, I think it was 18 inches, and that is how wide they made the rungs in the ladder, so you can hang all of your towels back here. Now granted, you're probably not gonna hang on the very top one, but I mean, even I, can reach at least 4 or 5 of these. I love that feature. Again, just really starting to think outside the box. And as I mentioned, there's another spray port, so if you come home from the beach, need to wash your feet off, you can do that. Right here is that hitch I was talking about, 300-pound weight capacity on there. So you wanna talk about being able to tow some bikes. This actually lets you do it. I've seen a lot of people trying to hook things up to their bumper and their bumper falls off, try to hook things up to a ladder. 300-pound weight capacity, but you still don't want to put a ton of weight on there. That one right down there, that receiver, I love that you can just slide a rack right in there. 50 amp standard. When you have two ACs, you have to have the 50 amp. Love that it does come standard with the two 13.5K BTU ACs. It is slide topper ready, so if you want a slide topper, you can have that installed nice and easily. Another big thing when we talk about construction, this is Azdel composite out here, folks. So you have Azdel on the outside as well as on the inside. That's something you don't often see. A lot of times they'll have it just on the outside, but I love that it's on the inside too. Not only does that help with weight, you also won't get delamination because it won't absorb moisture. Another thing I love about it is the fact because it's on the inside, you don't get all that formaldehyde that you normally get with Luan, so it's a lot safer to be inside, especially if you are sensitive to that. Tankless water heater, so that way you can basically have near unlimited hot water. When we come up to the front here, you can see, again, you have your kind of whole docking station and bay. Right behind this door, I do just want to show you. So you can see right there, there's your solar charge controller. You can also see your water pump. So they thought about that, super easy access. Right next to that is a chuck, so you can quickly drop your stabilizer jacks. They went with manual over power because power jacks, honestly, are really slow. With a drill and that chuck, you can drop those jacks in a hurry. Battery disconnect on here. Everything you want. Tire pressure monitor. They also, one of the things you may not have noticed, but for winterization, that's already hooked up to the water pump. You don't have to buy a separate kit. It's already good to go. And then right here is our mixing valve for those spray ports. And the thing I guess I love that you can't really see, it's not tangible. The thing I love the most when it comes to Alliance and Delta is just their whole philosophy, right? Of just doing things right, just do the right thing. That literally is the company motto. And when, the mission statement, and when you look at it from how they treat employees, how well they treat customers, when you start to look at taking care of things, I'm telling you, Alliance does it right. So folks, if you're liking what you see here, you're liking the Delta, looking for price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. It will take you to the nearest one that is close to you. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker. Until next time, we'll see ya.